It appears that we are live.
What's good, everyone? I hope everybody had a great week and had a great day. Everybody is staying safe and is doing well. I don't even know how I'm going to start this. So,
With a sigh is probably the best way you could start it.
AK, go ahead and just go ahead. I think you had a PSA that you had a PSA that you wanted to do.
Did I have a PSA? No, I didn't. But now that I'm thinking about it, hold on. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna come up out the camera thing, and I'm gonna show off these delicious and sexy wireless headphones that I got in the mail the other day from the lady Monero. It just look how it looks so great. I love these. Thank you again, Monero. What is the name of this brand? Cohen. Y'all, I'm pretty sure when Monero gets her online store set up, she's going to be selling some of these. Buy them. You won't regret it. The bass is freaking lit. They're noise canceling, wireless, like I said, super damn comfortable to wear it, and the volume maxing is perfect. So there's that. That's all I got. B, I believe, wanted to make a public service announcement.
Okay. So so Lady B is going to be joining us. So let me start off first by making a couple of shout outs. I want to shout out Lauren and Chrissy, who this week have been reading poetry by Black poets. I highly encourage you to go and check their channels out. They are doing a phenomenal job. I don't comment on everything, but I do listen, and it's great to go back and hear a lot of the poems that I had read a long time ago. So it brings me back. So shout out to those two beautiful women.
Yes, indeed.
I want to also shout out OTDA today because it's his name day. So
Hey.
to the one true, he, like, if you don't know, everybody should know who OTDA is. So
Facts.
I lift up my Arbor Gold to you, my dude. You are awesome sauce. And I hope that you had a great day today. Another shout out I want to make is to the beautiful young lady by the name of BREONNA Taylor, who lost her life. It's been like a month now when two police officers entered her home and shot her. Today was her birthday. She would have been 27 today. So
Such a horrible thing to happen. And then it turned out the assholes had the wrong house.
yeah. So in honor of that beautiful young lady, I just want to send my deepest condolences to her family and her friends, and to wish her a happy birthday, even though she's no longer with us.
Yes.
I also want to shout out Jonnie. I know I shout him out. It seems like I'm shouting him out all the time, but I particularly wanted to shout him out today. Because whether he knew it or not, he sent me a message today, and it really lifted my spirits because today I had to attend one of my oldest cousins, her funeral today on Zoom today, which
honey, I'm so sorry, my love.
so it's another one that I've lost. So he didn't know it. I didn't tell him, but he lifted my spirit. So I just needed to shout him out. I also want to, I know I have a lot of shout outs, so please bear with me, okay? I also want to send a shout out to Nick's Picks, who left a very, very kind comment on our last Let's Talk. And if you haven't had a chance to go back to, you don't have to even watch the whole video, but if you read her comment and give it a like, you know, just as a show of support for the comment that she left, which was very kind. I just wanted to shout her out and just give her a thank you for that. I also, two more and I'll be done.
Take your time.
I also want to shout out, I think his name is, or her name, if it's a he or she, I'm sorry if I get it wrong, Johan, from our last, the last live stream that we did on our last talk. It was their first time commenting, because he says they usually lurk in the background, but I just wanted to shout you out to just say thank you, because usually if you're not somebody who usually comments and you just, you know, come in and just listen and observe and watch the chat, you know, sometimes you really have to be moved to be able to make that comment, because either whether you're nervous or whatever the case may be, you don't really like to make comments. But I just want you to know that it was very appreciated, and I appreciated you stepping out of your comfort zone to speak a few kind words in our last live. So thank you. The last thing I want to say is there are some links in the description box all the way in the bottom. For those of you who have been kind of wondering how it is that you can provide, you know, can be supportive and be a part of this new movement, I would highly recommend that you go into my description box and scroll down to the bottom. There are some links down there for you to either support financially or to support by signing a petition, or just copy the links and repost them in your social media platforms. As many people as we can get involved and aware is the best way to go about things. And there's one link in particular, and I hope it's not meant to be offensive, but it's just a way for you to support. It says 75 things that a white person can do in order to help in this. I'm paraphrasing, it's not exactly what it says, but I think it's for all people. We can all go down there and you can read and see what you can do. And lastly, I would highly encourage you to use Google, because anytime you want to find any information, what do? We Google. So if you don't know where to start, just simply start by Googling you can Google the Black experience, Google Black history, Google Black inequality. Start anywhere and start there. Okay. Those are the things that I would highly encourage you to do if you are looking to be a participant and not just be a bystander, but be an actual active participant. I'm not telling you to go out and protest if that is outside of your comfort zone. I'm not going to encourage you to do that, but there are other ways that you can be a part of the change and the revolution that is happening. And I'll leave with this. Primaries are happening, and I have been really discouraged to see a lot of people in many different comment sections saying that voting doesn't matter and voting doesn't change anything. And I would highly encourage you not to echo those sentiments, okay? Because that's what they want you to do. They want you not to exercise your right to vote, right? Vote. It doesn't matter where you think your vote counts or not, but believe it or not, it does count. It does. It does. And the more of them we have, the more of an impact we make. And if you know somebody who is of the mind that thinks that voting doesn't count, educate them. And if you don't know yourself, educate yourself so you can educate those around you. Okay? This has to be a collective effort. If you don't think that the leaders are the people, our elected officials are not paying attention, they are. They are paying attention. And we need to keep making noise so that they keep paying attention. And I'm just going to leave it at that. AK, if you have anything to say, you can go ahead and say it, and then I'll get started with my other comments.
Okay, so just to start off, I'm sure some of y'all have seen, there was a video that was made of a young lady bringing to light some frustrations and very large disappointments to about some of the folks that are in Geek Chat 1. From what I've seen, it's the whole thing is spiraling and having like different points of contacts of fire starting and whatnot. The thing that's really getting me about it, though, started off this morning. Literally, the first thing that I woke up to was my phone going off. And I'm looking through my Hangouts, see some stuff, head over to Twitter, see even more stuff. And I don't appreciate how it went down. Now, I'm not going to name, a whole bunch of names. There's maybe one or two people I'll mention, but that's just because these folks have already made their views on it public as well. In the thread that I saw, there was someone, and I was told that she was one of the admins that are in that group on Facebook. And she, just had a whole ass dissertation about all of these accusations. And for some reason, Tony Teflon and Gray Area were pulled into the mix. They had nothing to do with the situation. And through that thread, I'm looking at it like people honestly have always tried to come for Tony. And unfortunately, a lot of it is just their egos that they're worried about and blatant racism. It is what it is. I'm sure they'll try to frame it in a different light, but that's just the way I saw it. So I think it was either yesterday or the day before or something, Tony had actually joined the Facebook group, just try to, foster some more positivity between, all of us crews that be around. And because of that, he was accused of being the one that put the ladies that brought up these accusations to doing that. Basically saying that he orchestrated a whole network thing to slander some of the leaders of Geek Chat 1 and accuse them of rape and other predatory like behaviors that quite a few young ladies have brought to the attention of this person that did the video. So within all of that, I saw the video, I saw some of the comments on it. In no way, shape, or form do I understand how this chick that was making them Twitter comments thought Gray Area and Tony were the ones to go after for this. And I take a lot of issue with that. One, again, like I said, they've been trying to come for Tony since forever. And, chick was talking about she got screenshots of some random conversation, and I saw the screenshots. They were picking on him because they said that he wrote that he thinks like all Black women are bed wenches. No. And you can go to Twitter. I'm sure if you check my feed, I'm sure it'll come up. You can find it. what he did call someone a bedwench, and that young lady did happen to be black. But from what I saw in screenshots, it seemed like he was just calling her out on some fuckery. And if it's me and I'm calling somebody out on some fuckery, I might happen to call him a name or two. I wouldn't equate that to just one whole group of people because I said something about one person. So there's that little bit of ridiculousness. And she, she just went on snapping at Tony and Gray. And it makes no sense. I do not like when my friends, especially my friends that I've cultivated a very good friendship with, gets roped into fuckery. It's annoying, and really, it's fucking Facebook and YouTube, y'all. Have you looked at the news? Have you looked outside? Because half of us still can't go outside. Have you at least looked out the window? There's real shit going on in the world. But this whole huge, big thing is the way I've seen it just been, like I said, been spiraling and spiraling out of control. And I know that I'm pretty sure it's sometime soon-ish, Tone's probably going to be doing a video talking about this whole stuff because it really makes no sense. And I'm having to think of how to, properly speak about it. Because again, it's hard for me to comprehend. How do you go from someone joining a group, before any of the stuff started, to leap and think that he's responsible for it? You got something now?
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment real quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I can honestly say that I have been following this fandom. Well, and I'm going to say specifically, I have been following the Game of Thrones fandom since 2011. I started interacting with people in the fandom in 2015. So between 2011 and 2015, I was always just on the sidelines, just, enjoying a lot of the content that a lot of people put a lot of work into producing and putting on YouTube to share with other people that also enjoyed this story. Now, I don't mean to diminish the value of it, but the fact of the matter is, it's just a fucking book.
Say it again. Please say it again.
Okay, I'll say it again. I don't mean to diminish the story, but it's just a fucking book. It's a story that brought everybody together collectively. And it's something that has allowed some people to gain a little bit of notoriety because of the content that they produced, because of the connections that they have made. But at the end of the day, it's just a fucking book. You have a few followers, that doesn't make you top dog. And for people like me, who just simply want to come into the chats and have lighthearted conversations and banter about the story, about the characters, and have a connection and an exchange with the people who are on YouTube, who are producing the content, who are giving us the live stream, it sours it for us. Because now we can't enjoy it. Why? Because you have a faction of people who let this thing get to their head And now they feel like they got to knock other people down in order to raise themselves up. To me, that's cowardly. It means you're a fucking coward. It means you got no fucking backbone. Because you feel the only way that you're going to rise is to step on somebody else's toes. And another thing I don't like is that I'm hearing that there's predatory behavior. Now, I'm going to preface this. I'm going to make a short little disclaimer that I've been in the chats and I've seen some people get real thirsty in the chats. I don't know why, but you know what? To each his own. I'm not here to tell you who to thirst after. And I'm not here to victim blame because that's not what the point of the comment I'm about to make is. But my thing is, you can only give somebody so much power. If you give them an in, they'll probably take it. They can only give them the power. They can only take the power over you that you give them because we're just all on this interwebs. Because you can just as easily click off a video, shut down a chat, stop talking to somebody, unless you're looking for something out of it. And then if it doesn't go your way, you want to start crying wolf. You're fucking it up for the rest of us who just wants to come, who just want to go in the chat and just have a conversation and laugh and enjoy it. You're fucking it up for the rest of us. So now these people got to go on a fucking defense to try to defend their position because you have a few people who don't know what to do with themselves and who are cowards hiding behind a keyboard, who are going around making up stories without providing any real facts, and you're potentially destroying somebody's life. For what? It's bullshit. I'm sorry I'm cursing a lot. I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
That's not usually my MO. I'm not usually somebody who curses a lot, but I feel like I need to make my point. I just want to enjoy talking about the books and I want to troll some people. That's all I want to do. I want to troll all of y'all who are salty about season 8, but I can't do that. Why? Because somebody feels the need to destroy some. And not only that, why it got to be the black dude?
Bruh. Exactly.
I'm sorry that when you got in line that God didn't give you a bigger dick. That's not his fault and it's not mine. If you feel that you have to manipulate in order for you to get ahead, you're a fucking coward and you're a loser.
That is absolute facts. If now, again, like Monero said, we're not trying to discredit anything that any of those young ladies have put out there. There's no issue with that. If you feel like you have been wronged, you deserve to, be able to speak about that and call it to attention. Yeah, and that's my main thing. If there is fuckery that's going on and random predatory behavior, and I've heard many things that suggest that's what's happening or what was happening, then you need to be called out on that, and you should try to change up your behaviors. Because that's just all these stories aren't coming from nowhere.
I'm sorry, AK, I just want to make one point.
Go ahead.
If anybody who's lurking in the background watching this video has anything to say, you could come to me and say it. I don't do behind the scenes talking. Anybody who knows me. A lot of y'all just know me from the interwebs. And I'm a pretty chill person if you meet me in person. I really am. But I'm also, I don't like to be fucked with. I don't. I'm not that tall. I'm 5'1" on a good day if I'm wearing the right shoes. Okay? I look very harmless, but I promise you, I can harm. Okay? I'm not saying that I'm a boxer or I'm a fighter because I'm real cute. I don't like to do those things. But don't test me. If you got anything to say or if you have a problem, step up like a grown adult. You step to me and we can talk like adults and resolve it. I don't do the back and forth. But what I can do is block and delete. And I will exercise that right. And you will be an afterthought because I won't think about you or talk about you anymore. Now, I'm not mentioning any names because I don't know these people, but what I'm really speaking to is what it's doing to the rest of the fandom because I happen to be a part of it. Right. And I'm talking from the perspective of a person who's in this fandom who has to hear this shit. And it takes away from the joy of having to be a part of it. Every time you hear there's all this other mess going on in the background. For what? For clout? It's a fucking book. It's just a fucking book.
And not even one that any of y'all wrote. We're all here for the same thing. All of the behind the scenes drama that I've seen, and this isn't even like the first case of a bunch of stuff happening. It's seems like it's ongoing. Oh, Monero, Lady D is backstage. If you can pull her in, please. It seems to be something that's just been building and building, and now it's to this point to where everything is extra. I'm not saying everything is extra, again, to downplay anything that those young ladies have said. They have the right to be able to have those frustrations heard. And again, like to quote what Monero just said, it's a book. We're here as fans, all of us. Why is any of this extracurricular nonsense going down? Why pull people into a situation that had absolutely nothing to do with them? No proof, just you talking out the side of your neck. It's freaking stupid.
Listen, everybody, if you type in Game of Thrones in the search bar of YouTube, you're gonna see thousands upon thousands of videos. You could pick any character in the Game of Thrones. You'll see thousands upon thousands of videos. My point is there's enough for everybody to eat. One person making a video is not going to take away from you making a video. So you have to question what your real motives are for being in this fandom. If you're just here to clout chase and try to manipulate other people so that you can gain power, because that's what that is. When you're exercising predatory behavior, you're trying to exercise power over somebody, right? That's your weak ass trying to prey on somebody you feel is weaker than you. And listen, predators know who to go after. They understand their prey. They're not called predators for no reason. They have a particular MO that they do every single time they chase after somebody. Okay? And if your only purpose is to be in this fandom, to prey over people so that you can chase clout and so that you can step over somebody, you're, again, I will say it again, you're a fucking coward and you're a loser. And people like you should be kicked out of the fandom so that the rest of us can get back to the business of enjoying this story and trolling each other and having a good time and coming into these lives and coming together and talking theories and talking about how much I love season 8 and you don't, and all the other good stuff. It bothered, like, I'm just talking. Listen, I'm not here to put anybody on blast. I'm just talking from the perspective of a person who's a consumer of this fandom. I'm talking as a fan, okay? How this affects me as a fan. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who are going through, who have the same idea as I do, but they probably just don't want to say anything because they don't really want to get involved, which is cool. I'll speak up, but I will say this. Anybody who has a problem with what I'm saying, you could come see me. Come see me. I have no problems having a conversation. But if you want to sit around and be in the background and talk shit, don't worry. Whatever is done in the dark will eventually come to light. Okay, I'm gonna step off.
And that's all facts. That is all facts. Just you gotta, like Johnny Greenhands, where he did a little video blurb earlier today. He said, you know, you need to self-assess. And if, you know, folks are mad about these accusations and whatnots, once it happens, like all these multiple times that, you know, many different ladies are speaking up about, obviously there's something there. You know, there's some behavior that needs to be corrected. And everyone really legit just needs to fucking chill. Like, why does any of this drama even have to start? Why? It doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever. Why can't we just sit here and chill? Why does it have to be, you know, oh, I think I'm better than you, so I'm gonna make up, you know, this random shit to tell somebody. It's like, I found out very recently that you know how at the con I said you know, Tone had that house party. There was a young lady that was going to be coming through for that, you know, fan just like all the rest of us, sitting chilling, and that night was absolutely great. She was told by well first she was convinced to not go, and when she went to the other party and talked a little bit about having to change her plans and not go to Tony's party, the response she got was, oh, well, you probably just miss being gang raped. Let that shit sink in. Where the fuck would that come in your mind to say about someone? Why would you fucking go there? Is the popularity contest really that real? Because honestly, if you got to do any of that shit and try to tear people down so you look like you big up, I gotta come for you for that. Especially when you're involving my friends. That's just not fucking cool. And if there's dirty dealings going on, damn it, correct your fucking situation. Don't bring other people in to distract on some other fuck shit, okay? Because that's what it seemed like it happened. And again, y'all don't gotta listen to me. You can go on Twitter and you can see the fucking threads. You can see that whole conversation. None of it made sense. The chick that was being the main mouthpiece is what I'll call her, really just went off the rails. Showed no proof of anything. You just all of a sudden got it in your head that my homie and my homegirl had something to do with that. You don't make stupid accusations like that. But anyways, Lady Diligence came onto the spot, stunting. Did y'all see that beautiful ass face?
I know her glow up is like 10,010.
Seriously, got everybody beat.
I appreciate this. I'll be back on video shortly. I just, I don't live alone, so we need in an apartment here, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I do not know what is going on with the fandom right now. I have no idea. I tried to follow it on Twitter, but yeah, work, life, baby. So I relied on AK to give me the deets. And when she did, I was like, wow, so this is something straight up out of Rosewood. Y'all, like, get it together. It is 2020. I should not have to explain to you how problematic it is and why it's problematic to erroneously charge Black men with rape. Like, I don't have to tell you why that is bad historically. And if I do, you should probably pick up a history book that wasn't written by a white supremacist. So there's that, right? But beyond that, the PSA that I wanted to make, thank you for giving me this little platform here, is that just to give you guys a couple numbers. I feel like every time that we have a stream, because of the events, our current events, we should give out some numbers on things or give out some facts or even just give something for people to think about. And we'll also be linking resources for our allies at the bottom in the description. So I just wanted to say something for you guys to think about, another thing to think about. Right now, unemployment is going crazy, right? And we saw that this week, actually, the unemployment numbers improved a bit. And there were actually jobs, 2 million jobs that were added to the economy. The problem with that, however, is that that has not translated to the Black unemployment rate. You can Google it now, but I will also put the link in the chat. The Black unemployment rate is now officially above 50-some%, meaning more than 50% of Black people who were working do not have jobs anymore because of everything that's going on currently. And so this is just another example of how you're going to see on the news 2 million jobs added, and that's great. But when you start looking at the data, at the numbers, doing a deep dive, and I'll link the Business Insider link there, you get to see that, oh crap, so 2 million jobs were added, but none of those went to Black people because we're over 50% unemployment. So the economy is not getting better, and that's just something that I wanted you guys to think about. Additionally, I have thought about what you all said and the sort of news briefing type of show slash history channel type of deal, History 101 type of deal. I have thought about it, and I've decided that I'm going to launch next week. So once I get all my equipment in, I'll let you guys know, make a trailer and whatnot. But you'll be able to catch me at least once a week live doing some sort of like State of the Union slash here's something for historical reference for you to think about so that we can keep moving this conversation forward, because I feel like it's very, very important. We're at a flashpoint in history here, and we don't want it to be like the 60s, right? Where we got some equality and now here we are in 2020 and people are still getting the backs of their necks stepped on. So yeah.
Thank you, Lady D. Again, the links and all information will be in the description box for you to just go there and just take the time and go into the description box and click on the links. And like I said before, just be a participant. Just participate in whatever way that you can participate. I'm not telling you to go out in the front lines and, protest and march and do any of those things if that's not your level of comfort. But you do have other ways that you can participate. Okay. I just want to. I've been rambling on. And the ladies have made some points, and I haven't been paying attention to the chat really to find out y'all feedback. But again, I'm just talking from a consumer of the fandom's perspective, okay? And I just have a problem with the way that some of these content creators are conducting themselves. Okay, even though I create content, it's not on the level of some of the other content creators. Okay, but most of the stuff that I do is just basically because I like hanging out with you guys and talking and having fun, right? But I don't see the reason why There's enough out here for everybody to shine. You don't have to step on somebody else's toes in order to shine. If you feel you're not getting enough shine, then maybe you need to reevaluate the content that you're creating. I don't know what to tell you. Or if it's an ego thing, you need to figure that out. Whoever you are. Now, I don't know these people. I know who Gray Area is, but I don't know who any of these other people are. And if you are any, if any of the women that have been preyed upon or who have suffered any type of humiliation by this individual, I am so sorry. And I really hope that you have somebody that you can talk this out with. But if you're gonna do that, you know, if you want to speak out, speak out. You're gonna get support. If you're not comfortable speaking out, talk to somebody that you trust. Because it is a form of trauma. It is a form of trauma. Don't keep it to yourself. Again, there are predators out there understand the art form of preying on those who they're preying on their victims. They have specific victims that they go after. And do not be ashamed if you happen to be a victim. There's no shame in that. Get the help that you need. Talk to whoever it is that you need to talk to. And anybody coming after, I mean, sweet Christmas. Tony has been doing this, since I first saw Tony on these interwebs back in 2011. I first saw him on, he was on with Aziz and Steve. Steve is no longer with us now, but he was the one that started the History of Westeros. Oh, back when they were just a podcast. Well, when they first started out, it was Aziz and Steve. And I remember seeing Tony. He's been in this game for a while, okay? Whether or not he's perfect or whether or not he's made some mistakes along the way, that is irrelevant, right? Because we're all human and we all make mistakes and we all probably say things that, you know, we regret. Or, you know, when you're on the internet and you're in a live forum, sometimes you may say things or you may do things that probably wasn't in your best interest. We're human. That happens, okay? You ask for forgiveness and you talk to whoever it is that you offended, and then you resolve it, and then you either move on or you move apart, and then everybody goes their separate ways. But that is still no reason for you to falsely accuse somebody. That is serious. You can ruin somebody's life. It's not a joke. It's not a fucking joke. And you're probably doing it on purpose because you know it's not a joke, which makes you even more of a dick. We're all grown adults. We understand the power of words and we understand communication and how to communicate language. If you want to insult somebody, you know what to say to them, especially if you know who that person is, you know what buttons to push. It's not a fucking joke.
I would really just appreciate if everyone could just chill, you know, enjoy what the fandom brings to everyone. We all get to sit here and, you know, chat, hang out, talk about randomly goofy things, talk about Thrones, talk about, you know, like childhood 80s movies and whatnots that we get into on, you know, just random like drunk talk or, you know, just let's sit and hang streams. It doesn't need to be dramatic. It doesn't need to be as ridiculous as it's become. It's like every other week I hear something about somebody beefing. Like, why though? For what? Why waste all of that energy into negativity and just going around gossiping and clout chasing and all that other nonsense? You do you. If you don't like someone, okay, then you don't like them. What happens is you don't follow their channel. You don't associate with them at cons or wherever you might be. You leave them alone and, keep scrolling, and they'll do the same. It doesn't have to be a thing at all. But unfortunately, humans be ridiculous sometimes. So we're here. Ooh, but, that's basically the gist of what I wanted to say. If there's predatory behavior that's going on, stop it. Stop it. And come correct. We don't need to be arguing, fighting about any random nonsense. It's just absurd. It really is. But that's the main segment that I wanted to chat with. I will bring up one thing that is off topic, though. I know pretty much all of us that's in the chat room follows DRAWBRIDGE Media, formerly known as Drinks and Knows Things. Abby was our first time watcher for the last couple seasons of Game of Thrones when they were doing the episode breakdowns. And just recently, she's lost her husband, and she's, in the midst right now of getting the burial and everything taken care of. DA, I'm sure you've seen the link. If you can find it, or Chrissy, if you still have it, please drop it in the chat. It's a link to a GoFundMe to help her try to, get some extra finances in there. And it's her and I think, what would they have, like two babies, maybe three? I can't remember, but and also just send Abby your love. If you can't donate, she's on Twitter. Send her a message or a digital hug. She's awesome people. I'm very sorry for your loss, Abby. Please definitely do know if you need anything that I can help with. You have but to ask. I'm sorry that you have to be going through this amongst all of the other depressing things in the world right now. R.I.P. Joe. R.I.P.
For sure. We all gonna stand up, because that's what we do. We rally behind each other. So if I get the link, I'm gonna put it in the description box.
DA just put it in the chat.
Okay.
So you can copy it from there.
I'm gonna put it in the description box.
Yeah. Thank you, DA and Chrissy, for grabbing those. Or actually, yeah, Chrissy has the exact link, so you don't get the YouTube channel thing when you click it.
Okay.
But I think that I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, if you get it, put it in our thing, and then I will put it in the link after the video. Yes. I'll put it in our description box after the video. There's also a link down there for T Baby's brother. His barbershop was a victim of looting. So there's a GoFundMe there. If you can, you don't have to, but if you want to help or donate, however big or small, if you can, the link will be. The link is in my description. I have a lot of links in my description box. I highly encourage y'all to just, and they're all the way at the bottom. So just take your time to go there. Much love to Abby. to her and her family at this time. Trust me, I get it. it's a rough time. We need a lot of love in this. Listen, if you are suffering, please reach out and get help. Do not suffer in silence. Do not suffer in silence. You don't have to. Okay? If anybody is pressuring you to do something that you're not comfortable with, cut them off. If you're afraid of cutting them off, ask somebody to help you.
Agreed.
Okay? Yes, Sam, if you can't support financially, share the links. Share the links.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right, so I think unless Monero has more to add, that will conclude the serious part of our discussion. Monero, if you're cool, sticking around for another few minutes or so, however many rabbit holes of tinfoil Lady D wants to pull out.
Oh, okay.
She had a couple of things to put us in.
It's up to you guys.
Of
do
course,
y'all want to do it under a different chat title, or do y'all care?
You probably should do it under. I can't hear you.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah. Okay, so
I don't know why
we'll end this one, guys, and we'll start up a new one. B, you want to put that on the channel?
I'll just set up a new one. You guys just look out for it, okay? It'll probably take less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, so keep an eye on Meryl's page. Thank you all for talking with us and just going through the randomness. I hope everyone can just take a breath and breathe, and again self-assess. Try to get your shit together. Now, I'm not saying any of that like I'm perfect at all. I'm not. But I own up to things if I'm wrong about something. And I would hope that other folks would want to be like that too. So keep an eye on Monero's channel. We're going to set up another one and come back with y'all, hopefully, with some tinfoil featuring the Black Wildling herself.
Indeed.
See y'all in a few.